The Realme 9's main 108MP Pro-like camera is pretty impressive in our brief testing 2 weeks ago, and I've been testing over the period to find out if this is a worthy sub 1000 ringgit mid-range phone and a good low-light shooter. So let's talk about it. The Realme 9 has a really nice compact aesthetic that's very suitable for small hands. It has curved edges on the back that makes it very comfortable to grip, and instead of plastic, it uses a glass material on the back that gives it a premium feel, and you'll be glad to know that it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5 for both the front and back glass. The Realme 9 employs a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display that refreshes at 90Hz and has a peak brightness of 1000 nits, which is sufficient for outdoor viewing and better than most other mid-range phones that come with LCD panels. The polling rate is really good as I can type very well on the screen without making too many mistakes. Unfortunately, the Realme 9 doesn't feature stereo speakers, which is a shame considering the older Realme 9i has it. But thankfully, the mono loudspeaker doesn't sound too bad and is serviceable for casual music listening sessions. My review unit is the 8GB RAM and 128GB storage model and is powered by a Snapdragon 680 processor. It ships with Android 12 and Realme UI 3.0, which is a very well optimized skin that doesn't cause any random lags or surf ads while you're using the phone. Though it does come with a few bloatware that you can thankfully uninstall if you want to. The phone has never given me any issues during the period and is by far one of the better performing Snapdragon 680 powered phones I've tested. Gaming is unfortunately not the phone's strength, but it will do well if you don't push the graphics setting. Now, on to the cameras. Realme has hyped a lot about its 108MP Pro-like camera, and it is the first phone to employ the Samsung HM6 sensor, which is a much improved camera sensor over the HM2 with a larger sensor and better pixel binning technology. However, you really should keep your expectations low because even though it is a rather serviceable camera for social media purposes, photos have soft focusing issues and lack detail. It is very obvious when you view them on a larger screen, and this shouldn't really happen through a large sensor like this. And I assume this has got to do with Realme's camera software optimization or the limitation of the Snapdragon 680's ISP. No doubt it does take better low-light photos than most mid-range phones I've tested. You can see that it tries hard to sharpen details and reduce noise, but it falls short when it comes to extreme dim lighting. Now, this doesn't mean that having a 108MP is entirely useless, because there is a 3x in-sensor zoom feature which works very well like hybrid zoom that gets you closer to your subject without losing too much detail. Pretty useful if you want to take presentation slides from a faraway seat. The 8MP ultra-wide camera works fine but isn't the best that I've seen, and the macro lens is really just there for cosmetic purposes rather than being useful. The Realme 9 matches its competition with a 5000 mAh battery that supports 33 watts of super dark charging. I'm actually glad that it has overcharging protection in the settings, which I've turned it on by default as I usually charge the phone at night. Battery life is really good as I can get close to 2 days with moderate usage, and there shouldn't be any battery anxiety issues when you use the phone. Like other mid-range phones we see today, the Realme 9 is a great choice when it comes to design, performance, and affordability. But sadly, Realme's hype about its camera is a little underwhelming when it comes to real-world usage. And I really wish that a simple software update can improve the image quality a little if it isn't limited by the phone's ISP. So that's all for my review of the Realme 9. Stay tuned for more videos coming right out on the channel. Be sure to subscribe to us and give us a thumbs up if you love what you saw. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys in our next video.